My Hebrew brothers and sisters, 12 tribes of Israel, scattered all over the globe. This is your Moray, Yeshua ben Uriah Israel. And we just want to say welcome back. And thank you so much for your subscriptions and for your prayers. And we ask that you continue to subscribe, to like, subscribe, and also sending your comments. Appreciate it so much. The last time, in the last session, we were talking about the Tutsis, the Tutsi Hebrew people. And I want to be honest with you. I have to take a day off. I want to continue talking about it, but I have to take a day off because the pictures, the photos, the amount of remain, the dead bodies, and the skulls that they were stacked up on shelves, like they're going to a store, and you have a lot of stuff, and it's just in different categories, right? Some are skeletons, some are is kind of gruesome to talk about. But when I look at the people who were, some of them were still alive, that the machete cuts, the gun wounds, they show the pictures of the babies, little ones, little children, to the adults. This was gruesome. Gruesome. You talk about the Jewish people, so-called Jewish people, talk about the Holocaust that they experienced. Nobody is talking about this one. Nobody is talking about this one. This was just plain downright destructive. Sickening that people could be so senseless, so cruel to have done what they've done to these people. Like I said, the colonial people told the Tutsis that they were superior, and that did not go well with the Hutus for years. And not only that, because they were Hebrew, they were different, they were people of the book. And the people that did it to them were the Hamitic people, or the Kemetic people. Okay? Now, we're talking about the Tutsis, they're calling it Batutsis. And they were coming from, or they had come from, a section of the Kushites land where they had lived for many years. They had migrated there, and they lived there for many, many years. Now, there's a scripture in Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 10, and listen to what it said there. Zephaniah 3, verse 10. He said, let me start at verse 9. He said, "For then I shall turn unto the peoples a clean lip, so that they all call on the name of Yahuwah to serve him with one shoulder. In verse 10, from beyond the rivers of Kush, my worshippers, the daughters of my dispersed ones, shall bring my offering. Now, there's another prophecy in Isaiah chapter 11, verse 11. And listen what it said. In that day, Yahuwah, or Yah, will reach out his hand a second time to reclaim the remnant of his people from Assyria, from the lower Egypt, upper Egypt, from Cush, from Elam, from Babylon, from Hamath, and from the island of the seas. So wherever the people were scattered, Yahuwah is going to regather them. He is going to regather them. There's something I want to read to you here. A matter of fact, if you can see this right here, I made this picture for you. I mean, not made them, but I download these pictures for you. Okay? These are some of the people, the Tutsis people, okay, that the worshippers, Hebrew Israelite people. All right. Then, let me see, just a moment. That's another one there. Just a moment. Oh, trying to find another set of pictures here. Here's another picture. Here's a Tutsi of Rwanda. Okay. But I need to read something to you. Okay, here's if you can see this, there's a church pew. And you could see they even have the Hebrew inscriptions on the side of the pew right there. Can you see that? Okay. So, we're saying here that Yahuwah is reclaiming his people. Yahuwah is reclaiming his people. And it doesn't matter what other people say and what other people do. What Yahuwah said about his people, what he said about his people is that they are going to be gathered from all over the world. They're going to be gathered from all over the world. And they're going to be, he said, on the shoulder of one. They're going to come together. And in Isaiah chapter 11, and in Isaiah chapter 11, there, he talks about the fact that they're going to be one people. There will not be going to be any envy between the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. He referred to them as Judah and an Israel, or, the Joseph's children, right? There's been problem with the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom, and especially with Manasseh and Ephraim. They said there are not going to be any envy among them because Yahuwah is going to make it so that they're going to be able to live together. They're going to be able to live together. And when you talk about the islands of the sea, it's talking about all the places that our Hebrew brothers and sisters have been scattered. Yahuwah is going to bring them back. He's going to bring them back. My brothers and my sisters, it's going to be one happy, wonderful time. It's going to be one happy, wonderful time. Remember that, Yahuwah, whatever he said he's going to do, he is going to do it. And we can bet our life on it. You see, we can bet our life on it that he promised something, he's going to fulfill it. He is going to fulfill it. He said the Jews of the Tutsi Jews and the span-Kush Hebrew Diaspora, and it's by Professor Joachim Jury. He said 90 years ago, listen, I'm going to read something that he said here. 90 years ago, he said, my ancestors, the renowned pastoralists were Tutsi Israelite of Kush. In Burundi, Rwanda, East Congo, Uganda, northern Tanzania, they said they wore tzitzis and had tefillin. He said today, the survivors wear fear, humiliation, and despair. Millions of Tutsis have been killed, and the ongoing holocaust is an endless tragedy of again and again. Okay? So we see here that he's talking about his background here and the people, his family background and his, so the Tutsis. So let me say this, that the exile and the redeemed in which the Jews of Ethiopia had hold a respectful place, just in the same chapter as the Jews of Upper Egypt and those of Himyar, Yemen. Okay, Himyar is Yemen. Is that if the book had to be re-edited, listen to this. If the book had to be re-edited, his natural interest in the ancient and modern independent Jewish kingdoms and states worldwide would certainly have him to include two obviously missed sub chapters: the Jewish kingdom of the South Kush. Okay, We have to stop here and we come back. We stop here and we come back. But we just want to ask you to remember to subscribe to this channel. And we're going to ask you to walk with the King. Shalom.